So Tory Lanez wants to battle Kendrick Lamar? Bruh, don't say his name 3 times. He's wishing for the smoke. And he's coming for the defense of Drake, his fellow Crody. But he got smoke with PNB. What is going on? Tory Lanez is trying to shake things up from jail, and he announced he got a new album coming out. And, you know, I said this on Twitter, but, you know, hopefully that new album got bars. A little dad joke.
What Drake is doing, no matter how you want to put it, he's really doing this for the rest of us artists. Because the reality of it is if one man finally comes out and says, yo, fuck this, and the rest of us do it, a revolution starts.
Now, this was said before Drake dropped the defamation the iHeart lawsuit. And I'm just gonna keep it tall, bro. I understand. I don't know how people can still have this take. I guess in order to not look at this lawsuit as like just like a temper tantrum from someone who lost the biggest battle in hip hop, you gotta say that, and you gotta feel like that way. Otherwise, it comes off exactly as what it is, bro. I just don't see. And then he says, if the rest of y'all sue UMG for like, what do you mean? That doesn't even make sense when, especially when you see Spotify cleared out the bot plays and he wasn't affected. Kendrick wasn't affected, especially when Drake has used the same type of botting and stuff. That's not what it is. A revolutionary. Some people need to Google what that means. That is an insane take.
Let's do it. A revolution starts. So it's either you look at it as he's gonna start a revolution, or you look at it as, you know, it's just Drake doing some shit and he's just trying to do some shit and you feel like he's doing this because he lost the battle.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's his the real nigga in him jumping out and saying that, because it's like, yeah, bro, look at it as the start of a revolution. And that's another thing I keep telling people. Okay, where does this revolution go and end, and where does it take? So what does it do? So say Drake wins this, what does he prove, right? That record labels be fudging numbers or be using money to prop up their artists. My nigga, let me tell you something. We already, what? We kind of knew that. That's kind of the job of the label. I'm going to keep it tall. I don't understand that first take. I understand the second take. What's usually, a wise man once told me, the easiest, most, the explanation that makes the most sense, the simplest explanation is usually the right one. And it's like, yeah, it's a bit more simple that you're throwing a tantrum because you lost the battle than you're having a revolutionary moment and trying to change things because you lost the battle. Even though, even in your lawsuit, had everything gone your way and you would have got more money from UMG, you would not have done none of this. So it's like, it's not really for that, it's for the bread. It's for the bread. That's what you're suing for. You understand me? And then what do you mean if everybody else sues? Like, bro, everybody's not Drake, man. That's not going if Drake can't get it from like this, come on, bro. And really, I know what Tory's not talking. I don't think Tory's talking about the defamation part, and I think he'll leave that out because that actually hurts artists. That actually, because if you go back to that Daystar album when he's rapping about the whole Megan Thee Stallion stuff, and he's saying like, go to praise to the Most High. I'm gonna tell you right now, Tory, Drake wins this defamation suit. Megan might have definitely, especially after you were found guilty. Oh my goodness, you gonna feel stupid if she sue you on the same legal precedent that Drake sued. Like, what you said? That's especially someone like Tory. I was like, bro, you better be real careful with pushing someone who's pushing defamation, because, bro, if you go back to that, I'm just saying.
On this because he lost the battle, but being a man that knows him and speaks to him on a day-to-day basis. I shouldn't say day-to-day. I don't talk to him every day, but a man that speaks to him regularly, it's like, that nigga is not no dumb nigga, bro. He's a very smart individual. He's like a war general. It's a nigga that's very patient. And sometimes when he makes certain moves, it's not going to make sense at that moment.
Listen, I respect the doing a little damage control for your homie. I respect jumping on a grenade for your mans. You know what I mean? Captain America, the first Avenger style. You know what I mean? Remember when he jumped on it? But when you say things like he's a revolutionist doing for revolution, or he's just throwing a temper tantrum because he's mad that he lost a battle, and then when you do things like and say things like he's really smart, but you know when he's doing things right in the moment, it might not make sense. AKA what he's saying is this don't really make sense right now, but maybe later it will. But it's like there's a real in Tory that keeps trying to jump out, and he's like, "Come on, stay like that, stay down here."
That makes sense.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, the Tory Lanez cosign right now is crazy.
You make certain moves,
it's a crazy
it's
cosign.
not gonna make sense at that moment. But the grand scheme of what he's doing is so smart that when it comes into full fruition, that's when you're gonna be like, oh, I get it now. You know, so if you can't see it at a certain standpoint, all I tell people to do is just let time be time, and whatever it's gonna turn into, it'll turn into whether you're impressed by it or not.
One song you did while you were in there, the feature on DDG song.
Now, like I said, we do gotta let time be time. You know, it is what it is. We're gonna see what happens with it. I just think I know what this is, bro. I've just been alive long enough. I've seen this culture long enough. I've watched Drake. I've been a big Drake fan up until these defamation suits. And even when I was the biggest Drake fan, I could even say, like, bro, the level of petty and, like, when he gets hurt, he says that in his music, what he's willing to do. He's always willing to, like, destroy everything, like, take his ball and go home, like, pop the ball and go home. He says stuff like that. And, you know, he'll put out a Marvin's Room, which is the Hate Nigga anthem and stuff like that, but that's Drake. So.
That was a fucking fire-ass verse. Is that what you were kind of speaking to? Or what did you mean when you said, like, I hope they don't come for me the way they came for Drizzy?
Nah, I was just saying, like, straight up, like, look, here's the reality, bro. I come to compete. When it comes to my craft,
I like that.
I'm here to compete with anybody.
I
don't give a fuck who you are, what you got going on. Like if we're here to compete for music, I'm here for that. You feel me? And at the end of the day, like, that wasn't, like, a lot of people thought that was, like, a Kendrick diss. It wasn't a Kendrick diss. It was an anybody diss.
Well, Kendrick is anybody, and Kendrick is the person that came at one of the people that came for Drake. So you're saying he's basically saying it's not a specific tailored for Kendrick, but the thing about diss is if the shoe fits, you have to wear it. So you can't be like, I hope they don't come for me like they came for Drake, and then say that you competitive and you ready to defend your stuff or anything, but say it's not for Kendrick, because it is. It is for Kendrick. Even if you didn't mean it when you're writing it, that's why you got to tailor your disses a bit more, put like a bit more details to it. But it fits. The shoe's gonna fit for Kendrick, so people gonna think that
anybody diss.
But he said he
I
didn't
love
mean
to
that.
compete. You know,
and Kendrick is anybody. So
this. It wasn't a Kendrick diss. It was an anybody diss. I love to.
So basically, he's saying it wasn't just a Kendrick diss. It was anybody. So
you know what I'm saying? Like, I almost wish.
I don't know if he wants that.
Sometimes I wish I could have jumped in Drizzy's shoes and did the beat for him. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, like, you feel me? But it's just like, that's how I feel about the situation.
Run that back. Run that back. That's the one. He wishes he could jump in his shoes and handle that beef with Kendrick with him. I'm gonna tell you something, Tory. Hold on. Let me run that back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost wish. Sometimes I wish I could have jumped in Drizzy's shoes and did the beat for him. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, like, you feel me? But it's just like, that's how I feel about the situation. It's not like I was talking to anybody specific. I just feel like, yo, I'm here to compete.
Okay, so here's what I can say. Like, I respect the competitive nature. I always do. You know, I love me some battle rap. And you know how I look at hip-hop, bro. Link in the pinned comment. Hip-hop is a sport. We got hoodies, T-shirts. Go grab it, bro. This is a mission statement. Yeah, go grab that. But I'm going to tell you something, Tory. And I'm going to keep it gangster. I'm going to keep it real. Tory Lanez battled Joyner Lucas and really held his own. Low-key, like, at first I thought Joyner won, and low-key when I went back, I'm like, I think Tory might have got him. So Tory's battle-tested. Tory can rap. And low-key, I feel like Tory is a bit more of a traditional type battler than Drake would be, right? I'm going to tell you something right now. With especially the situations you've been going through, with the reason why you're having this phone call from jail, You don't. Leave the Kendrick smoke alone. I think you should leave the Kendrick smoke completely alone. Completely alone. You got less goodwill than Drake had going into this battle. There's more people more percentage of people who don't like Tory compared to Drake. If you really, Kendrick don't even really gotta, he just gotta, hey, y'all remember what he did? And there's gonna be like, hey, let's go. So, but I respect the fact that he wants to battle and squabble with anybody. I think I'm gonna talk about the PNB Rock thing in a different video. It's already going long enough. But leave that little psycho alone. Leave him alone, bro. Leave him alone. I respect jumping in for your mans, wishing you could shoot at your man's ops for him, but you might have came through with some. You might have wanted to jump in the way for Drake and then just jumped in the way of a moving train. You might have jumped out with a blicky and then realized you were on train tracks. Like, wait a minute, nigga. Bang! So, hey, low key though, this Tory Lanez album he's about to drop, this Peterson album, something tells me there's going to be shots of Kendrick. Whether it's subliminal or all the way, some are going to be shots.